Hello, welcome to the Fundamentals Machinery Design class. The topic today is worm and worm-wheel drive. Worm and worm-wheel drive is composed of worm wheel and worm. The staggered angle of worm wheel and worm is usually 90 degrees. It can realize the transmission of staggered axis. The worm is the driving part, and the worm wheel is the follower. When the worm rotates, the worm wheel rotates to realize the transmission of power. Due to the spiral shape of the worm, the bevel friction contact is formed between the tooth of the worm wheel and the spiral groove of the worm, resulting in relative motion, so as to realize the transmission. Worm and worm-wheel drive is widely used in various industrial machinery, such as windlass, reducer and indexing mechanism of machine tool, etc. The worm drive has the characteristics of large transmission ratio and self-locking. It can provide reliable torque output and has the function of anti-reversal. It is suitable for industrial applications that require large torque output and precise control. It is also used in the transmission system of automobiles, motorcycles, bicycles, etc. Because of the high transmission accuracy and stability, it is widely used in precision instruments. For example, the focal length adjustment device in the optical instrument, the focusing device in the microscope, and the guide rail system in the astronomical telescope. It is also used in lifting equipment in construction engineering. It can provide large torque output and smooth transmission to meet the requirements of heavy load, stability, and reliability. Worm and worm-wheel drive has many advantages. Large transmission ratio. This makes worm and worm-wheel drive very useful in occasions where a large transmission ratio is required, such as cranes, lifting equipment, etc. Stable transmission. The meshing surface between the worm and the worm wheel is larger and the relative sliding speed is lower, which reduces the noise and vibration in the transmission process. It is suitable for occasions where smooth operation is required. Self-locking. When force acts on the worm wheel will prevent the reversal of the worm wheel. It is a great advantage in applications that need to prevent reversal, such as lifting equipment, parking mechanisms, etc. Compact structure. It has compact structure, small size, lightweight. It is widely used in limited space and it has high power density. However, the efficiency of worm drive is low compared with other transmission modes. Its transmission efficiency is lower. Due to the large meshing surface of the worm and the worm wheel, there is a large sliding friction loss, resulting in a decrease in transmission efficiency. Therefore, in applications that require high efficiency, reasonable design and lubrication are needed to reduce energy loss. Moreover, the manufacturing is complex, which requires high precision processing and assembly. This may lead to higher manufacturing costs, especially for large and precision systems. Therefore, in the design and selection, it is necessary to consider the cost and performance. Worms can be divided into cylindrical worms, toroidal worms, and spheroid. Cylindrical worm is the most common type of worm. It is called Archimedean worm whose cross-section shape is Archimedean spiral. It is easy to manufacture and widely used. Involute worm is a kind of worm with involute cross-section, which has high strength. The toroidal worm, the worm is a circular surface rotary body wrapped around the worm wheel. The contact area is large, easy to form oil film. The bearing capacity is large, but the manufacturing and installation requirements are higher. It is used for occasions with large power and limited space. Spheroid gear is cut by spheroid. It has large overlapping degree, high bearing capacity and efficiency. The side gap can be adjusted according to the direction of the worm screw. It can be divided into left-handed worm and right-handed worm. It is very important for the analysis of the force to judge the direction of rotation of the worm and worm wheel correctly. We can use the right-hand rule to judge the direction of rotation of the worm. The palm faces ourselves, and the four fingers are straightened along the axis of the worm or the worm wheel. If the tooth direction is consistent with the right-hand thumb, it is right-handed, otherwise left-handed. We learned worm and worm-wheel drive today. It is composed of worm wheel and worm. The staggered angle of worm wheel and worm is usually 90 degrees. It can realize the transmission of staggered shaft. It has many advantages such as large transmission ratio, stable transmission, and self-locking. That's all, thank you.